Do you want to know why some paintings feel so easy and others you are completely struggling with? So, if you've ever picked up a brush, you've been very frustrated, you weren't quite sure where to start, you didn't dare mess up your paper, we're going to talk about how important flow state is for you as a creator, as an artist, as someone that just wants someone that wants to be in the present and wants to experience color flow, relaxation, stepping back from the craziness of everything going around you, right? Let's talk about flow state. What is it? How can you get there? And why do you need it? Well, let me tell you something. It's not your skill, it's more your mindset. So that your paintings feel a little bit more easy, more natural, and honestly, just more freaking fun. Hello, everyone. So, this morning I wanted to talk about what the flow state is and what it feels like. So, if you've ever sat down to paint and you felt completely stuck, maybe you're overthinking every single brushstroke that you're trying to accomplish. Well, today I want to talk to you about something that completely changes that feeling for me, and it's what they call flow state. This is where painting really starts to feel easy, it feels natural, and my favorite, even a little magical. And the best part? Well, it's something you can actually practice and get better at. Yes, that is correct. You can get better at it. So, what flow state feels like? Flow state is exactly where I am right now in this painting that I'm doing. It's something that I struggle with, watercolor waves. I was walking the beach this morning. I was really staring at them. And you know, when you're at the beach, the wind is blowing, the water's gushing in, you have the sand in your toes, the sun is just coming up. It might be warm on your face and that beautiful glow. And you kind of lose track of time, don't you? Well, that's kind of like what I did when I was out there at the beach. I was in flow state. I was losing track of time. And you can have flow state in many things. You can do it in knitting, you can do it in watercolors, you can do it during your walks. But it's just a place where you're not worrying about the outcome, you're just in it. So I was just going for a walk. I didn't plan how long I was going to go for, and I walked longer that morning than I had any other morning. I looked at my watch and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I didn't even realize it because I was staring at the little creatures of the sand. I was finding jellyfish, I was finding shells, and time just went by. So flow state can work the same way with your watercolors. If you can get into that place where your brush starts moving freely, your colors can feel more intuitive. So, what colors am I feeling today? What happens if I'm feeling, kind of pink today or blue or, what's your favorite color? You stop questioning every little decision. You can just dip your brush in whatever's the first one in front of you. So for me, that usually happens when I let go of trying to make something perfect and I just focus on the process. So in this wave, I mean, waves move, so they're already a tough thing to paint, right? And some of the water was splashing, and so I am really into the flow state here. I am just throwing everything at it. I was not overly structured with this one. I was testing out some colors. You know me, I always love to do trees. The sky is still slightly wet. I'm letting the splatters in the water be the sparkle. And I didn't overwork it. I've got some white space I've left in here. So it was very fun and very freeing for me just to focus on watching what I was doing. I wasn't thinking about it. And I think why we struggle with flow state, the biggest thing that blocks it is perfectionism. It's that little voice that says that doesn't quite look right, or you're going to mess this up. And I didn't do that here. I did a wave a day before where I was super structured and it came out okay, but I spent so much time on this painting and it was nowhere near this one. This one was effortless. This one was very freeing and it actually turned out better. So I think the second that we start listening to that voice, we pull ourselves out of that flow state and back into the overthinking state, right? And watercolor especially can trigger this because it's unpredictable, and that lack of control can sometimes feel very uncomfortable for us. So let's talk about how flow state can improve your watercolor. When you are in flow state, your paintings actually become more expressive. I mean, look how expressive this one is. I did my splatters, I did some blues, I did some teals. I'm throwing in some bleed proof white on the top now for more sparkle. And you get softer blends, you get more natural movement, and you get more confidence in your brush strokes when you're doing this. And honestly, you get fewer muddy moments. And that's because you're not overworking everything. Some of my favorite pieces, like this one, come from just letting the water and the pigment do their thing. So, how I get into flow, here's some practical tips for you. This is where you want to, number one, start loose. I never jump into a tight, detailed piece right away. You know, often I talk about those 5-minute warm ups, and I have a video if you want to check out why 5-minute warm ups are so important. And I'll start with something simple. I'll start with like a wash, a loose background. I've been doing little dashes of color and then adding water to it and watch it move. Those are perfect for you to start with. Number two, I limit my decisions. I will often stick to just a few colors because too many choices can also pull you out of that flow state. Number three, you want to keep your brush moving. If I pause too long, I start thinking too much. I don't know if you're the same way, but I try to stay in motion, even if it's messy. You'll see me, my brush is always going and it's going quickly. Number four, let go of control. And this is a big one with watercolor, and I talk about it all the time. Let those blooms happen. Let them blend on the paper without even using your brush. Drop it in there, and the imperfections will happen. And sometimes those imperfections are what make the painting. And number five, set yourself a time window. Again, I give myself like 5, maybe 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes. If you're newer to this, you might need a little bit longer, but I challenge you to try those 5-minute paintings and paint without stopping. And that really helps me drop into that rhythm a lot faster. So, real talk here for a second. Flow doesn't happen every time, all right? And that's okay. Some days feel very clunky. I feel distracted or I just feel off. And I think the more that you practice letting go, the easier it becomes to return to that place where painting feels a little bit more natural again. So if you haven't tried the 5-minute paintings, give them a try, see what you think, practice it for 7 days. As a matter of fact, in my Patreon, we did a 5-day challenge and we all loved it so much. I loved it, especially. I'm hoping that they loved it as much as I did, and they seem to. We decided to do 5-minute Fridays every Friday. So for the rest of this year in Patreon, I'm actually doing 5-minute paintings every Friday, and we're going to be doing it live most of the time, at least when I can. So if you want to join us over on Patreon, there is a 7-day free trial. You can check it out over there. We'd love to have you. And if you're feeling stuck with your art or you're overthinking it, just try focusing on that flow, that less perfection. And I would love to know if you've ever experienced flow while you've been painting. And if you want to paint along in real time, again, deeper dives into this process, I share it over on Patreon. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.